Hello, everyone, and welcome out to this call here tonight. We're going to get started here in the next 5 minutes. Just give me a one in the chat box if you can hear me loud and clear. Excited to have all of you here with me tonight. Welcome out. Man, the call is packed and we're just getting kicked off. Guys, we're going to give everybody 5 minutes to join us live. Do me a big favor. Let everybody know in your chats if you invited any guests here tonight. Make sure that they know that we are live. And we're going to get started here in just a couple minutes. Once again, I want to be the first to welcome you out. I hope you had an amazing 4th of July. And I hope you're ready for something absolutely special here tonight, okay? So we're going to give everybody 4 more minutes to jump on here live. I'm going to get a couple things ready, and then we will be back here in just a few seconds. So let me get a few things ready, and I'll be right back. All right, everyone, welcome out. We are 3 minutes away from getting started, guys. 3 more minutes. Make sure to send out those final invites. We have some big news to share here tonight, and we are about to get this show kicked off, guys. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. So make sure to send out those final invites. If you're excited to be here, put yes in the chat box. And here in the next few minutes, we will get this show on the way, and we're going to have some fun here tonight. All right, guys, if you're ready to go, let me see a let's go in the chat box. We're about to get this show on the way right now. I'm going to give everybody 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds, guys, and we are going to get started. All right, let's do this. Everyone, welcome out to this Finance Pro call. Guys, we have some huge announcements. First off, everybody in the US, I hope you had an amazing 4th of July. Everybody across the world, obviously, we have a massive global community. I want to just say how excited we are that we are 13 days away from our entire global launch of all 5 verticals. If you're a guest on the call tonight, I want you to put a 1 in the chat box. If you're already plugged into our community, I want you to put a 2 in the chat box so I know who's here and I know who is ready on this call to hear the amazing news that I'm going to share here tonight. But before I get started, really quickly, I need to let you guys know that we have something massive going on July 18th, 19th, and 20th of July. I need you to watch this really quick video, and then we're going to be full speed ahead. Y'all check this out.
If you live in Arizona and you're not at this conference, you're missing the play. $1 billion industries, one playbook. And we're handing it to you. 3-day business conference at the Georgia International Convention Center. Real speakers, real strategies, real moves. It's like Shark Tank meets at Lotto Farms, but you're not watching. You're learning how to get paid. Catch the vision.
Let's go. Let's go. So everyone, welcome out to this call. Guys, listen, we are doing our official global launch of all 5 verticals at our Catch the Vision conference in Atlanta, Georgia, July 18th, 19th, and 20th. And I need to make sure we understand, guys, we are 13 days away from the most historical and one of the most powerful launches, if not the most revolutionary global reveal that has ever happened in the online marketing industry. I want to be very clear about this. Why is this called Catch the Vision? Because when you catch the vision of this entire ecosystem, 5 of the biggest industries in the world, all of them multi-billion-dollar industries, I want you to understand that we are on the very forefront of a true revolution, helping people all across the globe go and turn what has been bills into residual income. I want you to put yes in the chat box if you understand how powerful it is when you can take the same things that you're already paying for and it can turn into residual income, not just on a monthly basis, but on a weekly basis, okay? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, July 18th, 19th, and 20th. Guys, I need you to see, we're less than 13 days away from it. All right, this is going to be one of the most special moments that has ever happened in your life. We are planning to have over 500 people in the room that weekend in Atlanta, people traveling from Australia, people traveling from New Zealand, from South Africa. It is amazing seeing the reality of what we're doing coming to life here, people catching the vision, because I want to be very clear. When you catch this vision, your life will never be the same. All right, we're taking 5 of the biggest industries. You kind of saw a sneak peek on that video of the 5th vertical, even though it's not going to yet show you until the conference what it all entails. I want to be very clear. Streaming, live television. Imagine making money off of watching TV and other people watching TV globally. Wireless. Everybody has one of these. But imagine if this goes from just being a bill to now becoming residual income. We have set up 5 of the most powerful industries, making what we have already been paying for, but turning it into something that is now profitable for us. See, what I love about what we're doing at Finance Pro is we're not asking people just completely shift what they're doing in their life. We're saying, hey, there's a better way to do what you're already doing. You're already paying for TV. What if you could get paid? You're already paying for wireless. What if you could now get paid? Top tier, one network, all right? No contracts, nothing holding you down, no obligations, but just the reality of opportunity. Then we have healthcare. Healthcare is one of the biggest industries in America. All right. Over 50 million Americans don't have health insurance right now. This is one of the best solutions for them in the world. On an international level, we have trading. Now, when I say trading, I want to be clear. This is not just the standard, oh, I want to learn how to trade. Oh, let me copy and paste some signals. No, I'm talking about access to hedge fund technology that has a 5-year track record that only elite and wealthy investors, accredited investors in a hedge fund environment has had access to, and now we're making it accessible to anybody around the globe outside of the US. And then lastly, you saw in that video it said crypto. Now you may be asking, well, Josh, what all does that entail? And I want to be clear. Even though we told you what it is, you have no idea yet what it is. And that is going to be revealed Saturday at the conference, July 19th. All right. We're at the very beginning of a revolution. 5 of the biggest industries, things everybody is already participating in, now becoming profitable. But I want you to understand it's bigger than just an opportunity. This is a moment where people all around the globe are going to be able to truly step into financial freedom. Put freedom in the chat box if you agree that ultimately, outside of what you're doing, if you could actually have real time freedom, real money freedom, that is the goal. All right? We're not here to brag about just being wealthy. We're not here to just brag about opportunity. We're here to say we've actually provided vehicles that everybody can become free in. And what's beautiful about these 5 different verticals, these 5 different industries, is it's positioning all of you now to be able to get to a place of freedom where it doesn't take the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years of your life. And for most people around the globe, most people never reach a place of real freedom. See, I'm telling you right now, the world has been waiting for what we're doing. Put a 1 in the chat box if you have a phone and you pay for it. If you have a TV and you pay for streaming services. If you have health insurance or you don't have health insurance. If you could be able to have access to more money on a global level and the ability to spend more money. I need you to understand the way that we have positioned this is not just an opportunity, it's an ecosystem. See, it's usually not very common that you have access to do something like this as well as that plus more. And what's even more beautiful about this is an opportunity where no one can lose. Usually when it comes to entrepreneurship, usually when it comes to investing, right? Or when it comes to just being able to grow wealth, usually there's a high level of risk to do it. You may could do it, you may could fail. With something like this, I want to be very clear. Right? Yes, in the chat box, if you understand, there is no avenue of anyone losing. The only thing that you're at risk of losing is current bills that you're already paying that's not paying you. If you're okay with losing bills that cost you money but do not make you money, I want to let you know that is the type of losing that we're doing over here. We're losing things that aren't benefiting us. We're losing things that aren't making us money, and we're now repositioning ourselves in 2 powerful places, in a place of power and in a place of profit. I want to be very clear on this call here tonight. We have something that is extremely special, and we want to be able to give people all around the globe a real opportunity at success. But what's beautiful about this is it's not just another opportunity. It's not just one of those things. This is the thing that we've all been waiting for. I've been in the online marketing and banking industry for over a decade now. And when I started Finance Pro 3 years ago, when we did our first $1 billion for our clients, that was exciting. That was a beautiful reward of what we were able to accomplish helping people in the business to business world. But if we could do that in the B2B space, business to business, could you imagine what would happen if we could now take that and make something globally accessible to everyone? And that's what we're doing here at Finance Pro. I want to take a moment to just give you a glimpse of the vision here tonight. Finance Pro, the basis of what we're doing is this. Imagine if we could help you solve the problem of money. Put a 1 in the chat box if you agree money is a problem in your life. Most people are not working for freedom. Most people are working just to pay their bills on a monthly basis, to just have enough. And unfortunately, when you look at the stats, globally speaking, not just here in the US, but globally speaking, more people have less than enough more than they do having enough. And this is why we're so passionate about what we're doing here. I want to be clear, the residual opportunity here has never been easier. And I'm going to show you here. I'm going to pull up a whiteboard. I'm not even going to go through the compensation plan and pull up a bunch of documents for you here tonight. I want to have a heart to heart. I want you to understand how simple this is and how powerful this is. When you get started, we're going to put a circle here. When you get started, I want to be clear how beautiful this is, how simple this is. Now, remember, we have 5 verticals, all that will be live in the next 2 weeks. All 5 verticals fully live on a global as well as US level, all 5 of these verticals. Now, this is where this gets absolutely insane. I'm going to draw this out because I want you to see this. What I love about what we built with this compensation plan, when we started Finance Pro, it was a simple affiliate company, right? B2B. If you referred someone, you had the ability to make money, all right? And on top of that, if you didn't do anything, you didn't have the ability to make money, obviously. Now, where it gets a lot bigger is prior to what we're doing, you could only get paid on 2 levels, meaning what you did and then what the people that you brought in, your personals, what they produced. Put yes in the chat box if you agree that if we could get paid off of everyone's efforts, we could accomplish a lot more. And this is where I need you to pay very, very close attention right now, because the way that we have built this compensation plan is truly revolutionary. All right? 5 verticals, but I need you to understand the way that this works. It is game changing. 5 verticals. Each one counts as one person. Now, I need you to hear this. Let's say that you brought someone in right now that got excited about the wireless. We're going to say their name is Joe. All right? Joe loved what we were doing with wireless, loved what we were doing with streaming, and loved what we were doing with wellness. Therefore, he wanted access to all 3 of those programs. Now, Joe, even though he is one person, because he has the streaming, the wireless, and the wellness, the healthcare program, Joe counts as 3 people. One person in this structure can count as 3 people. Now, check this out. In order to hit residual income, you need 10 people. Now, pay close attention. This is very, very important to understand this. When you bring in someone, you have 3 top positions, okay? We got Nancy here. We're just going to put it in, and we have Sue over here. All right, check this out. Sue has 3 programs. Nancy has 2. Now, I need you to pay very close attention. All you need is 10 people or 10 agent subscriptions. Even though you only have 3 people right here, technically 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 3 is 8. Even though there's only 3 people, it counts as 8 currently. So all you would need is one of these people to bring in someone and both of these legs. And now you have already secured, most of our programs are $99, but now you have already secured residual income, $250 per month right out of the gate for 10 agent programs. Now, again, I need to be very clear. Everything that ever comes underneath these 3 positions, and I need to be clear, this is a forced matrix, meaning if you bring in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, all of them have to go down in the organization. You can't continue to build more than 3 legs. Everything goes down. But what's special about this is it's now rewarding every single person underneath you, where even though you brought that person in personally, you can now place that underneath one of your teammates. And even though you brought that in, it still counts for them and what they need to achieve their promotions, as well as it still counts for you. So what's special about this is we have built something where multiplication and duplication in a community effort now becomes a massive monumental residual where everybody can help everyone. I think one of the biggest issues in our society, beyond people not knowing how to make money, is we were set up in competition with one another. Put a 1 in the chat box if you understand. In corporate America, you only get paid off of what you do. If you're working hourly or if you're getting paid a salary, do you understand that you are getting paid for what you do? You're not getting paid for helping people. Imagine working at a job. You're a manager. You're helping everybody in the company, but you're only getting paid for you. What we've done is we have reversed the script where we said, imagine if you could build something where every single person you helped, they made money, but now also you made money with them. I'm not talking about like a normal CEO or a normal job where the CEOs and the high level C-suite people are making money off of people. This is an opportunity where you are now making money with people. We go from fighting over money to now sharing in a massive feast. And I need everyone to put yes in the chat box if you understand there is more than enough money in the world. There's not a lack of money. There's actually never been more money available on this planet than the current day and time that we're living in right now. But here is the big problem. This is a big problem. People are waking up to the reality that they need to make more money. We don't live in the same world that we used to. Look at the cost of rent today or having a mortgage compared to back in the 90s, compared to back in the early 2000s. Everything has astronomically grown in price, but unfortunately, people's income has not hit that same level of acceleration. And I want to let you know on a little secret. Maybe you know this, maybe you don't. It's probably not going to. If Burger King started paying people $40 an hour, who understands that a double burger would now be $40? Put a 1 in the chat box if you understand how that works economically. If the cost of business rises, whether that's the cost of labor, whether that's the cost of merchandise, whether that's the cost of employees, businesses have to make money. They're not going to just be in existence to lose money. So rather than trying to say, well, people need to raise like minimum wage all the time, they need to raise that up. People can't make money. Guys, that's because minimum wage job wasn't made for adults. It was made for kids in high school, in college, right? It's not a reality that adults that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s are working low-level jobs. It's not supposed to be that way. But unfortunately, we haven't learned how to make money. I was speaking on the phone earlier today with a massive motivational speaker that speaks all around the world. And I was talking to him about this. I said, listen, you can go into these conferences, you can go into places and you can motivate people. But if they don't have a vehicle to change their life, now they become even more hopeless, right? I'm excited. I believe in myself. But what do I do? And that's where what we have done is turn mundane life. And I want to be clear, if you don't know what mundane is, that's the original average things that you're already doing and participating in, right? The basis of life, the basics of life. Everyone has a phone bill, right? Unless the government pays for it, everybody has a phone bill. Everybody's watching TV. When it comes to our fifth solution that we're rolling out at the conference, crypto, you have no idea what we are opening up, where we are making something more accessible than it's ever been to the masses. And I'm not talking about selling a crypto coin or any nonsense like that, right? There's a lot of things you can participate in and invest in. I'm not talking about investing. I'm talking about real life, having what you need, and the ability to be next level in this life and take care of what you need to take care of. It is truly game-changing in every way. And with this, we have put together an ecosystem where the basis of Finance Pro is when we can make money not be your problem, but be something that is now abundant in your life. Who agrees when you solve the problem of money, you can get on to the more important things of life, right? Money is a problem for people more than it is a tool to help them build their dreams. And what we want to do is remove that problem. Finance Pro Plus. What does that mean? If we can help you be a pro at money, then you can get to the plus. Everything else, right? Where do you want to travel? What do you want to do? All right. And here's something that is special right now. We have rolled out our VIP virtual agent, which is a $99 special, a limited time subscription only for the month of July. Not a subscription, a one-time opportunity. And what that means for you is you're going to get access to our virtual event, right? We're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. If you can't be there in person, we have taken where if you pay for a virtual ticket, it counts as one person in the business, and you can get in, get promoted now, get paid now, going into conference, and then you can choose which one of the 5 avenues, if not multiple, that you want to participate in and be a part of. And again, where this gets absolutely next level is we're not even adding bills to people's lives. We're reducing their bills. Where they're spending more, now they're going to be able to spend less, but in spending less, now you get to get paid. Who agrees you will turn in one bill to be able to now build residual income? Who agrees that makes sense? For the rest of my life, I know that I'm going to have to pay for this. There is no way of this not happening. All right? I know this. So now, where this is so important, we're taking what was just a bill and we're building monumental income. Same money going out, but now money coming in. And what's beautiful about this is something that everybody can understand. This isn't lotions, this isn't potions, this isn't weight loss, this isn't just something else that we're trying to sell somebody on. We're saying no. We're just repositioning ourselves. And I want to show you this in the most practical way that it can be said. I'm going to pull up the whiteboard here once again, and I want you to pay very close attention to this. This is all we're doing. For the verticals that we're talking about, I want you to pay very close attention right now. All we're doing is going from where it's your money plus your service and that equals their profit. Put a 1 in the chat box if you understand that AT&T is not writing you a check every month for being a customer. No, you're paying them. Xfinity, Comcast, satellite, cable, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. Who agrees they're not paying you? It's your money plus your service or your entertainment, and it equals their profit. All we're doing is saying, hey, you're already in this equation. These billion-dollar industries, I need everybody to understand, you know how they got so big? Because we keep spending the money. Do you understand that? Why are these industries so big? Because we are paying them. There would be no AT&T if we weren't paying for service. There would be no Netflix if we weren't paying for streaming. So what we're doing is saying, hey, sure, it can still be their profit, but what if it could also now become yours? Put yes in the chat box if you're ready to go from just being on this side of the fence and eliminated from this side. And now at this point, it also becomes yours. All right? This is so simple. Like, we don't need to teach you psychology. We don't need to teach you science. I don't need to teach you no crazy secrets about wealth. I just need to show you how to change what you're already doing and making it profitable. That's what I love about our company. Guys, on July 18th, 19th, and 20th, we are setting the stage for legacy to be created. For the next 10, 20, 30 years, I want to be very clear. We have now positioned ourselves to become the forefront runner of leading the everyday person, the not successful person, the poor person as well as the wealthy person, we have truly built a company where, if you've read the Bible, one of my favorite passages talks about becoming all things to all people. Who agrees all people need money? Everybody. There is no existing in the world today without it. And if anybody told you that money was a bad thing, I want you to take that thought and I want you to flush it down the drain. I'll tell you what's a bad thing: not having money. You know why there's so much crime in poverty-stricken areas? Because they don't have what they need. Poverty is evil. Poverty is a problem. Poverty is something that needs to change. And here's the crazy part. People that are making six figures, maybe you haven't heard the stats lately. In California, there was a recent study that came out that said people that are making $100,000 a year in the state of California are considered poor. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you agree you never thought that you would hear someone making six figures is poor. Right? You remember when six figures used to be like the dream income? Like, I remember being a teenager, right? And not coming from a lot, very humble beginnings, right? Ministry, we raised money from one mission trip to the next. That was our budget. To now realizing that what was the dream at one point now has been ruled as poor. You know how many people are living paycheck to paycheck that are making six figures a year right now? The cost of living is rising. And this is the reality. The world knows that there's a problem. But I need you to put 2 in the chat box if you understand. The people that can bring a solution to the problem are the people that position themselves to be wealthy. Where there are problems, people don't need more awareness of a problem. If people can't pay their bills, they don't need to be aware that they can't pay their bills. They already know. But what needs to happen is us now saying, hey, this is what you've been doing in life. What if I could take the very same things you're paying for and be the thing that sets you free now? That's what we are doing. That's why this is so special. And what's beautiful about this is it is all digital. When we say that we are creating a digital revolution, this is a digital revolution. This is something that will absolutely transform society. If Amway can do $10 billion plus selling toothpaste and nonsense, can you imagine what happens when people globally all over the world can participate in the most simple things, but yet it becomes powerful? Who sees the vision? All right? This is the start of a revolution. July 12th, Sonoma, California. If you've ever watched NASCAR, our company is a major NASCAR partner. For the last 3 years, we have been partners in NASCAR. Let me make this clear. This is not some new company where we're coming out with a new idea that we're going to try something. We've already been seen globally, but now we're bringing solutions to the problems that people face on a global level. And what I love about this is on July 18th, 19th, and 20th, we're going to blow the roof off of this thing. We're taking on 3 of the biggest venues in Atlanta. The Porsche Experience Center on Friday. We have 50 of our team getting to ride in the car with a professional driver going around the track, learning what going fast looks like. Success loves speed. Next level experience. If you like fast cars, you're going to want to be there. Then we have it set up where, pay close attention, the Georgia International Convention Center. One of the biggest venues in Atlanta. The first major conference for this global launch. We're going international, so what better way than to start at the International Convention Center? And then lastly, we're doing what is called the Legacy Ball Gala. And you're going to learn more about what that means coming up here very shortly. But guys, our company is not just about making money. We are about impacting the world in a major, major way. We're not here to just help people make money and not do good things in the world. We're here to turn people's life around completely, but then understand a generous community, a powerful community has the ability to do something amazing. Put a 1 in the chat box if you would love to help more people, but you simply don't know how to. I run across this all the time. There's so many people that want to help people, but they don't know how to. And what we're doing is solving that problem on a global level. What if we could put an extra $1,000, $5,000, an extra $10,000 a month in your pocket, residual income? Don't you agree it would be more fun if you could just focus on helping people and building something? And this is the truth. What you're going to be able to build with this will not only replace your current income, it will multiply it tremendously. What's even more special about this, you don't have to quit what you're doing now to be a part of this. The average millionaire has 5 to 7 streams of income. Instead of telling you, hey, you need to get that, we put it all underneath one house where it's the most easily accessible thing that you have ever seen. We're making wealth accessible, but not just accessible, we're making it practical. But not just practical, we're making it impactful and beautiful. Who agrees that's something you can be a part of? Okay, so this is what I want to invite you to do. Whoever invited you to this call right now, you have the ability to sign up for free. You can be a free agent in the company. You get access to our FinancePro savings platform, which gives you savings on traveling globally, hotels over 800,000, flights, economy, business class, and first class, rental cars. I mean, it is insane what we're giving access to: eating, playing, shopping. We're just making you a pro when it comes to money. Just because you have money, that doesn't mean you spend more. You should probably be smarter with it so you can keep more. How many times do we see these athletes that make millions and millions of dollars, and then within a couple years after their career, they're broke again? I've literally met athletes working in restaurants that were once millionaires, but they didn't know how to steward their money. They did not know how to grow wealth because no one taught them. And I want to be clear, when it comes to Finance Pro, we're not just going to help you get money, we're going to teach you how to steward money. This is a very biblical and powerful community in what we're building, where I believe if good people around the world would come together, we could actually do really beautiful things. If you don't like the way the world is ran right now, I want to give you a little secret. It's probably not going to change until you do something about it. All right? The elite are not going to stop doing what the elite does. I have hope. I pray. But who agrees that beyond hoping and beyond praying, action goes further than just praying and hoping? Right? It's so important that as a community, we take action. And what we've done is we've made it more simple and accessible, and beyond that, more profitable than it's ever been. The VIP virtual agent is next level game changing. You have the ability to get in right now and get paid and promoted even before the conference. All 5 verticals fully live. We have a lot of people that have joined the call as this call has continued on. So even if you saw the video at first, I want to run it back one more time, okay? Because it's so important that you guys see this, all right? Check this out really quickly one more time. Atlanta, Georgia, July 18th, 19th, and 20th. Watch this.
If you live in Atlanta and you're not at this conference, you're missing the play. $5 billion industries, one playbook. And we're handing it to you. A 3-day business conference at the Georgia International Convention Center. Real speakers, real strategies, real moves. It's like Shark Tank meets Atlanta vibes, but you're not pitching, you're learning how to get paid. Catch the vision.
Let's go, let's go. So guys, listen, this is special. This is a moment that we'll never get back again. You have the ability to be a part of this now, okay? Right now. And I want to be very clear. You do not want to miss out on this moment. We know what's about to happen is going to change history. And anybody that's in the US, whatever you can do to be there, I'm telling you, this is a room where in one weekend, your life is going to go to a whole nother level. If you can't be there in person, make sure that you are online virtual. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a 3-day conference. Friday night, all day Saturday, the gala VIP legacy dinner, Saturday night at the Georgia Aquarium in the Ocean Ballroom. It is beautiful. There's literally whales and sharks swimming in the room. You can see them. And now imagine you positioning yourself to change absolutely everything. This is what we did that's special, and I'll make sure that it is known across the company and everybody you're inviting. If you pay for the $99 virtual agent ticket, that gives you the access to start making money now. But beyond that, we are allowing you to come into the conference as a standard access ticket. Okay? This is very important that you understand this. This is a very, very special moment. Okay? The ticket is $99 if you want to come in person as the standard access. It's $199 for VIP. If you purchase, okay, if you purchase a virtual agent ticket, you get access to the conference. The only thing you don't get is the VIP treatment. And when I say treatment, everyone's getting respect, everyone's getting love, everyone's getting treated like a VIP. The difference is what you get access to. We're providing a VIP lunch at the conference on Saturday, as well as Saturday night, our gala. And guys, when I say we're feeding you good, the $199 ticket simply pays for your food. And actually, we're a little bit more out of pocket than what you're paying to even be at the event for the food. Okay? It's amazing what's about to happen. Okay? That right there, what you just saw, look at that. Look at the huge fish. You're going to be in the room. But we don't want you to just see the fish and the whales and the sharks. This is like Shark Tank coming in person. But instead of you pitching something, we're going to teach you how to get paid. All right. And when I say get paid, I'm talking about there's no avenue of you losing. What would you do if one weekend in your life changed everything? And that's what I really want to make crystal clear here tonight. We're 13 days away from everything in your life shifting if you take this moment serious. And I will end with this here tonight. It's not every day that one moment can change everything in your life. There are certain moments in your life where certain things come across your path that can change the trajectory of your history and your family's history, right? In one generation in my family, we went from governmental housing to 3 of the sons that my fathers had all becoming millionaires. I want you to understand that. From governmental housing, doing mission work around the world, barely being able to pay our own bills, to every single one of my father's sons, me, my brother Jason, as well as my other brother that passed away, Jeremy, all 3 of us becoming multi-millionaires. But this is the difference. Wealth to us is not just about what we can achieve. What looks like wealth to me is being able to shift the masses. We're 8 generations deep of ministers in my family. We started over 500 churches around the globe. My father's preached in over 90 countries. I've been to, I think, around 15 plus preaching. But now we're going across the globe, empowering people with the resources. Who agrees hope is great? It's necessary. It's needed. But who agrees practical resources is even more important? If you can't pay your bills, no matter how hopeful you are, one thing that my mom said a long time ago when I was a kid and I overheard the conversation, faith don't pay the bills. I literally remember being a kid. I think I was like 4 or 5. I have a very vivid memory. I literally remember my mom saying to my father, faith doesn't pay the bills. We need money. And what we want to do is we want to create faith-driven, purpose-driven people that also now are profitable. that are also now powerfully positioned in society where a lack of money is not our reality, but abundance of money is. And put a 1 in the chat box if you understand that you were made for abundant life. I need everybody on the call right now. Put a 1 in the chat box if you understand that you were made for abundant life. Being poor was not what any of us was created for. Struggling long term is not what any of us was created for. Yes, we go through that for a season. But don't do what the Israelites did and get stuck in the desert. Don't get stuck in the land of struggling. Don't get stuck in the land of negative thinking that, well, if God wanted me to be rich, he would drop the money off at the doorstep. No. God gives you opportunity. God gives you the wisdom to pursue the opportunity and says, I will be with you through it all. And what we're going to do is we're going to do our part. We're going to take massive action. And where there is massive action, there now becomes massive results. But this is where this is special. You can't lose. There's not one person you could go tell about this platform that it's not something that benefits them. There's not one person that you go tell something to about this that they could get involved and they could lose. One of the biggest things about me is I don't want anybody to be involved with anything promoted by me, led by me, that could lead them to a place of losing. Put yes in the chat box if you feel the same way. There's nothing more that would hurt my heart than to lead something or someone into this opportunity and they could lose. But now on the flip side, if you know that no one can lose, they can only either lose some bills and then make money, who agrees we don't have secret agents in Finance Pro? We got to go share the good news. We got to let people know that there is a better way to live. When it comes to money, you should be a pro. If there's one area in your life that you're a pro, it needs to be your money. And here's the beautiful thing. We're going to help you with your mindset. I host the Mindset Pro calls every single Monday. We're going to help you learn how to become and understand your story and be able to tell it. We have our Finance Pro voice calls. We're going to give you the tools you need. You just got to show up. Okay? So I am fired up. July 4th. This was when the fireworks were going off here in the US. I want to let you know that we are celebrating this entire month going into our conference July 18th, 19th, and 20th. Guys, whatever you can do to be there, if you need to hop in the car with 4 of you because you can't afford to take a plane, right? Whatever it takes to be there. I need you to understand it's going to be a moment where everything shifts in your life. I understand people are struggling financially. That's why we built the company. That's why we're doing what we're doing. But I also understand that people don't change something in their life, their results are going to stay the same. Put a 1 in the chat box if you understand that. If you're struggling with money now, if you don't do something different, you're going to be struggling with money next month too. You're going to be struggling with money in 6 months, in a year. It doesn't shift because you realize there's a problem. It shifts because you bring solutions to the problems. And that's what we're doing. We are a solution-driven company where we don't just talk about problems, we provide the solutions. All right? So if you're excited, put yes. If you're a guest on this call, welcome to the most beautiful community you could ever be a part of. We have some of the most powerful people a part of this. I'm so excited. I am so excited about what's possible in our society right now. Where people see chaos, I see beauty. Where people see recession on the rise, I see a wealth revolution on the rise. Where people see access to technology and think it's just information, I see access to true transformation, a full-on digital and financial revolution. So with that being said, now is the time to get plugged in. The VIP virtual agent, every single person in the company should have it. If you're just a guest, imagine coming in, you get to see the conference, all 5 of the verticals fully revealed. And at that point, you get to choose what you then want to be a part of, but you can go ahead and get paid now. There is nobody doing what we're doing. We are a company for the people, driven by the people, that is absolutely going to change millions and millions of lives. Okay? So let's go do something beautiful. Whoever invited you, get plugged in, not tomorrow, right now. You can lock in your spot for free. After the conference, anybody that's free, you're going to have to choose a program to be a part of. And at that point, you secure your place in this company's history. And I want to be very clear. We will put 1 million people in this company faster, I believe, than any company that's ever been around the globe. Because what we're having is so practical. What we're doing is so powerful. And people just need to know about it. All right? You guys be blessed. Go and tell someone that something massive's happening. Load up your car. Get a minivan. Guys, get to Atlanta, Georgia. Whatever it takes, get there. You pay $99 for the virtual agent ticket, I will let you in the conference. I just want to find the people that are hungry. I just want to find the people that's ready to do something. There's a lot of people around the world that they just need to be commissioned. They just need to be called. And my friends, this is your calling. Catch the vision and watch what happens the next decade in your life. But here's the beautiful part. It doesn't take a decade to build wealth. You literally could be building residual income in the next week, in the next 2 weeks. $10,000 a month is much closer than you think. If you bring in 10 people that bring in 10 people that bring in 10 people, let's say that none of them get multiple programs, they only have one. You bring 10, they bring 10, and then they bring 10. Now you're making $10,000 a month. Put 10x in the chat box if you're ready to be at $10,000 a month in residual income. That's on top of whatever you're doing, and you get paid every single week. You get 10, they get 10, and then they get 10. But let me make it even more simple. One person can count as multiple people. So now I want you to understand the power of multiplication. If you have 1,000 people, but they have 3 of the services, that's over 3,000 people that's technically counted for, even though there's only 1,000 bodies in the organization. This is where power is activated. Okay, so go share the good news. Make sure to get your VIP virtual ticket now. And whatever you can do, get to Atlanta, Georgia. Sacrifice something. So the next decade of your life, the next 2 decades of your life, everything changes. And let me share even one more thing. The income that you build with us is not something that when you pass away, which we all know that everyone's going to do, okay? Every single person that was born at some point passes away. Okay? We know that. There's only one person that I know of that has escaped this life without dying, even though they did die and was resurrected. Okay? I need you to pay very close attention. We have the Wealth Maker plan baked into our company. When you hit Pro 1000, that's 50 people total in your group. Again, everybody that is in your organization, anybody unlimited levels they bring in counts towards your numbers. Okay? It's not just based off of personal production. It's full-on team action. Listen to me. At $1,000 per month, you lock in where, if anything were to happen to you, if you're making $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, that residual income and business gets passed to your family and you choose the heir of your business. And let me say this. When I was 19 years old, I got a phone call one day, early in the morning, that my brother had passed away. He was 34 years old. He had 4 kids, and he passed away in his sleep. I need you to understand that anything can happen at any time. And those of you that have families, you need to make sure that you have built something that will continue to take care of them, that will continue to build something for them so they have everything they need and beyond. This is why we have built this. Legacy is so key. And we want you to know that the time that you're spending helping people is going to be something that rewards you and your family for generations to come. And we are very serious about that. And we are very passionate about that because our core team has went through that personally. So we want to make sure that you're set up the right way, that you don't just build something that one day now is gone. When you're gone, your income is still going for your family. All right, put yes in the chat box if you're excited. If you're ready to go to the next level in your life, I need you to understand that now is the moment. And it's going to be special and it's going to be beautiful. And I'm going to say this, and I promise I'll end with this. I've been preaching for way too long. Everything that you dreamed of is a lot closer than you can imagine right now. Everything that you could dream of is a lot closer to you than you could ever imagine right now. And this is the moment where you got to seize the moment. From my heart to yours, don't let this moment pass you by. This is not just another opportunity. We are working around the clock internally, our corporate team, sleepless nights, because we're here to serve the masses. We've never had more of an opportunity to serve people. And I believe when we serve the masses and we equip the masses, something powerful can actually happen. The greatest wealth transfer that we've ever seen in society is happening right now. So I need you to lock in. You're either going to be on the right side of history or the wrong side of history. You're either going to be on the haves or you're going to be on the flip side, which is the have-nots. The line has been drawn in the sand and there is no going back. You're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. Society does not care that you don't like it. You don't pay your bills, guess what? The bank's going to come take your house. They don't care that you don't like it. You don't pay your car note multiple months in a row, the bank doesn't care. The lending company doesn't care. But we care. We care enough to equip you now. We care enough to empower you now, give you the resources, give you the vehicles, and keep it simple. You don't need a degree to be successful in this. You don't need to go to college to be successful in this. You just got to be willing. If you are willing, the opportunity is here. You guys have a blessed night. Finance Pro family, it's showtime. I'll see you all in Atlanta every night, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be hosting these calls. Invite as many people as you can. The world has to know what's happening. And right now, this is our moment, and we will not be denied. You guys be blessed. I'll see you on the next call. Good night, everyone.